Welcome again in this introductory series to the Java tutorial. And in this series, in this video, we are going to be learning about just a little bit about the syntax of the code that we have written and what you need for every Java program. So as you can see, we started by writing a class called Java tutorial. You could name it anything as long as whatever you name it is also how you have named your file. For instance, you could call it public class main, but you would also have to name your file as main.java. So for us, we are going to maintain the Java tutorial because that is how we have named our file. So for you to cross-check, you must make sure that the name of the class that you have named here also represents the name of the file that you have saved here. For instance, if the name of your file, for instance, in mine here is java tutorial.java, and I have a different name here, let's say main, we are going to experience problems with our program. And as you can see, the IDE is already throwing errors, and that is simply because it says that class main is public and should be declared in a file named main.java. So that is the importance of naming the class with the same name as the file that you have named. So let me return it to the original, which is Java tutorial. And when I save that file, as you can see, the error goes. The other thing that you need to note is that whenever you declare, like for instance, the class Java, it is declared with some curly braces, an opening curly brace, and as you can see, when I highlight, there is also a final curly brace. So that is how you declare a class. For instance, if I were to declare a different class, or maybe just so as we can be able to follow, I can start afresh. Let me write a class, public class Java tutorial. So the moment I finish writing the name of the class, I enter the curly braces, the opening one and the closing one, and that becomes a full class. And whenever I want to write code within the class, I write it within the body or within those curly braces. So for instance, if I want to write the main method, again, the same thing, I'm going to write within the body of these curly braces or within the body of the class. So as we learned in our previous tutorial, we write it as public static void main into bracket. We also enter some round brackets, and also remember the curly braces. We are going to learn a little bit more about all these curly braces and why we are writing some of these keywords in a short while. For now, just stick to the series we are going to be learning. So let's again output something. In this case, we are going to output system.out.println. We are going to say, let's say we are going to greet our friend of ours. Let's say hello James. We are going to greet hello James. We run the program again, and of course we expect the output to be hello James. So of course the main key takeaways of this video is that whenever you're writing a Java program, it has to be within a class. In our case, our class is named Java tutorial. The other key takeaway is that the class has to have the same name as the file name. As you can see, our class is called Java tutorial, and our file, as you can see here, is called java tutorial.java. Also, the other thing that you must take note of is that whenever you declare a class, is that it has to have these curly braces. You have to have the opening one and the closing one as well. And whenever also you declare a method for the class, it also has to have the curly braces. And within the curly braces, that is where you write your code. So what do curly braces mean in programming? What they mean is that they indicate a block of code that is to be executed by the program or the system. So basically, that's some key takeaways. Just some syntax, how you write the classes. The classes are written using capital letters. For instance, as you can see, in our case, for the Java tutorial class, the J is capital and also the T is capital. So remember, whenever you are writing your classes, you have to start with capital letters. That's just for syntax. So whenever we run our program, as you can see, it has printed out for us, hello James. So we are going to be learning this and more in the upcoming tutorials. We are going to make them short and elaborate. And also, so in the next tutorial, we are going to be learning about output and also more on Java syntax. Thank you. Enjoy the series.